kids, they come that way.
Wheelchair runner crossing as well. 226, someone else coming in here. 260 coming in here. We have 326, 465 crossing the finish line. That's Sam Belcher crossing the line here. Eight 61, 980, and 74 crossing the finish line. Zach Demko's coming. Here comes Zach Demko. Patrick Carter's coming in. Patrick St. George along with Liam Maloney coming in. Terry Love also crossing the finish line. All right, that's Mark Bunkton crossing the finish line. Here comes Liam Maloney. Here comes Terry Lowe, Terry Lowe. Mark Buckton crossing the finish line. Give it up for Mark, everybody. Nate Hale of Northborough crossing the finish line. Make some noise for Nate.
I don't like it. Okay, then we'll go somewhere else.
Coming down the finish line now, being 8:35. That's Alexander Diesel. Make some noise. Here comes Ryan Lane of Fitchburg crossing the finish line. Kevin Keane crossing the finish line as well, along with Ed Anderson, Ryan Boozin, Abby McCabe, Jason Lynch, Thomas McMillan, and Jake Irons. Make some noise for all our runners about to finish the Doug Flutie Junior Foundation 5K. Hope we're all still feeling good out there. Thomas McMillan crossing the finish line now. Here's Matt Dame crossing the finish line. James Mallow. Oh, we got a lot more coming in now. Aaron Kelly, Landon Wood, Timothy Albers, Josh Carroll, CJ Kaplan. That's Rob Polsonelli crossing the finish line now. Yontin Quesada crossing the finish line now with the wheelchair. Along with James Nielsen. Kevin Carr crossing the finish line now.
If there is anyone who's just arriving and wants to start the race, please report to the finish and start lines and make sure you stay on the right side once you start. Well, there's someone at the start line who can help you. Report to the start and finish, stay on the right side.
Everybody make some noise for Nick! He's just been doing an incredible job all morning long putting this thing together and hyping you guys up for this event. A lot more names crossing, including a bunch from the 5K run. John Welch, Trisha Coffey, Daniel Tavares, Todd Chamberlain, Ashley Garcia, Hannah Adams, Melissa McNamara. And here comes Daniel right now about across the finish line. Along with Grant Verrecker. Here comes Ashley Garcia. Todd's coming. He's about to cross the finish line. Along with Aiden Golden. Got three more runners there. Alex Shoemaker, Tommy Hall, Sam Crotu, Ryan Malkowski, Alex Ferris, Martin Hooper, Joe Russo, Jennifer Eccles, Louis Soares, Got a big squad of folks from Endicott College down there. Go Goals! Here comes Alex Berry. Colin Guy, one of our youngsters, crossing the finish line now. Aaron Meyer, Christopher Knight, Craig Hardigan, Emily Spadafora, Paulo Andrade, Cameron Burke, Don Stoddard. So many people crossing the finish line now, finished in the 5K. Austin Borguri. Craig Wentworth. Matthew Benson, Tate Silva, Ken Roy, Bailey Eastwood, Michelle Aub, Anna Shue, Maceo Foley, Brian Mallow, Jay Harold, Nick Kelly.
All right, Jay.
Marcus Lozius, Mindy Wade, Ken Doyle, Kira Bunn, Harris Elazovic, Marcus Lozius, Sumner Hallowen Smith, Mindy Wade, Kaylee Cardin, Phil Spinelli, Elizabeth Spinelli, Ariana Belsky, Caitlin LeBold, Jackson Mahoney, Michelle Good, Ken Power. Everybody crossing the finish line. Jack Lewis, Zach Santo, T. Stock, Luca and Nick Zanussi,
That's going to be amazing. I know.
Keith Bulgarian, Alex Mostone, Robert Schaefer, Nicole Berry, Sierra McDavid, Stephen O'Dowd, Eric Belt, Cheryl Chan, Denise Brennan, Sarik Toe, Bill Maroney, Neil McClellan, Michelle DeVito, David Holman, Daryl May, John Venditti, Felix Jordan, Leah and Kara Garish, Jeff Kennison, Brad Hawes, Brian Hawes. Dan Alberghini in the 770 finishing the race now. Elizabeth McCourt finishing as well, along with Lisa Slater, Megan Perry, Shannon Haroldson, Jeffrey Couson, Nick Baker, Brendan McElroy, Jim New, Leanna Chin, Thomas Venditti, Adam Goldberg, Dory Ross, Christine Couchang, Hans Marcellin, Ashley Corota, Jillian Thompson, Natalie Brosford, Todd Pauling, Teresa DeRue, Kim New, Jess Kennison, Sarad Hassan, TJ Hay, Leonardo Piera, Vince Pareto, Timothy Russo, Giovanni Pandavia, Sarah Lynn, Michelle DeRue, Sophia Forcier, Chris LeBold, Claire Murphy, Frank Fulhan, Tina Flutie, Vivian Flutie, that's Frank Fulhan with the blue sign crossing the finish line. And that's Tina Flutie with the stroller. Make some noise for Tina. Bunch of other people now finishing. Elizabeth and Nathaniel Spinney, Lily Fickey, Hillary Goldhammer, Teresa John Bengalan, Craig Marandola, Mia Ruiz, Richard DeRue, Elizabeth Shute, Craig Marandola, Graham McAllister, Hugo Estrada, Juliana Kish, Jennifer Liff, Jessica Pott, Annabelle Chung, Amy Leon, Patricia Jackman, David Collette, Abigail Demisio, Hannah Gaffney, Jeffrey Scott, Freeman Short, Michelle Kish, Nicholas Gallo, Jason Harmon, Jennifer Wolf, Patricia Cutler, and next up, now coming on the track, here comes Doug. Doug's coming up on the track. Keep an eye out for him. Brian Hong, Eric Fry is also coming up to finish. Here comes Doug. And Doug Flutie has just crossed the finish line. Make some noise for Doug. Alexandra Wolf crossing as well. James Ramos, Matt Sullivan, Rachel Stone, Vivian Miller, Jackson Miller, Peter Kelly, Matt Keith, Michael Plansky, Sean O'Leary crossing the finish line now, along with Alexis Mara, Taylor Borges, Timothy Stearns, Brooke Crozier, Melissa Whalen, Tyler Logan crossing now as well, CJ Daw, Elizabeth Haswell, Layla Ward crossing as well, Bruna Silva, Julia Collette, Charlie Ballo, Jonah Ballo, Amy Pearl, Antonio Soto, Lynn Valancourt, Sydney Landolfi, Guadalupe Umana, Tatiana Melnick, Melina Andrade, Giovanna Lorzanette, Giovanna Lorenzette, Tyler Logan, Alain Lima. Tatiana Melnick now crossing the finish line in bib number 47. We got a lot more runners crossing the finish line. Make some noise again for all of our runners here at the Flutie 5K, everybody. Reese and Jonathan Updike are now crossing the finish line, along with Brendan Dumond, Adriano Canedo, Amy Hamilton, Sophia Coates-Warren, Barbara Gildia, Santiago Smith, Lance and Aaron Benham, Here comes Adriano. And here come Marcy and Reese Updike. Here come Keith and Heidi Rusby. Along with Ken Tron, Tara Elwell, here comes Amanda Mentufo. Jarger crossing the finish line now, along with Lisa Kaplan, George Sutcliffe, Betsy O'Reilly, Louisa Gerard, Alyssa Malmquist, Kayleen Wall, Amelia Carey, Jana Kaminsky, Caleb Maxim, Melissa Piplo, Cindy and Jack Torrance, Bisley Wasta, Maureen Valentino, Chris and Austin Bunn, Patrick Carr, Tyler Buckley, Michael Burns, Jonah Springer, Lindsay Brooks, Samantha Murray, Alex and Brett Stewart, Laura Sullivan, Luis Arroyo crossing the finish line now. Christian Daly, Betta Medeiros, Jenny Wen, Aaron Gu, Sophia Russo, Chris Trotty, Krista and Riley Trotty as well. Along with Danielle Song, Scott Oliver, Cliff Scott, Sean Sullivan, Betsy Johnson, Meg Springer, Book Lee, Debbie Crane crossing the finish line now. Joe Torano crossing the finish line. Jessica and Diane Shattuck crossing the finish line. Along with Kyle Staples, Julia Kime, Sean Moarty, Karen DeMeritt, Liam Clinton, Veronica Gino, Gabriel Fonseca, Perry and Kenneth Casper now crossing the finish line. There they are. Perry and Kenneth Casper, they're crossing right now. Along with Anthony Baxter, Peter Driscoll, Mike Tadian. Along with Chrissy and Prabha, Subterranean. Michelle Smith crossing the finish line. And there's Michelle Smith right there crossing the finish line. Here comes Adam Cavalier with the Boston sweatshirt. Along with Thomas Desmond, Liv Strasser, Katie Haddad. Here comes Dina Soar, along with Lauren Alberigo crossing the finish line. Jessica Oakley as well. Margaret O'Neill Russo. Along with Liv Strasser, Katie Haddad, Stephanie Steele, Dylan Fortier, Crystal Fortier. And there's Stephanie Steele crossing the finish line. There's Jamie Demesco crossing the finish line. Along with Samuel Gravina, Gerald Cena, Fiona Carr, Julissa and Jalen Pena, Douglas Kelly, Eric and Maureen Mayuri, Max Vaughn Kelly crossing the finish line as well, along with Mike, Mark, and Sheila Taco. Tom Fergus as well crossing the finish line, along with Julia Herzlinger. Here come Max Vaughn Kelly and Douglas Kelly. And there's Hillary Gravina crossing the finish line. Give it up for Hillary. Along with Bai Wen crossing the finish line. Julia Herzlinger now crossing the finish line, along with Sandra Madarina. Olivia Katz as well. Along with Sherry and Ranjan Rath. Here comes Lizzie Crowell and Olivia Katz, along with Carolina Holanda, Emmanuel Zenny, again, huge congratulations to all of our runners. And thank you so much for participating once again. So many other runners finished in this amazing race for such an amazing cause. The biggest Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation 5K ever! Right here at Natick High School! Give it up for yourselves, everybody! Abigail Jones crossing the finish line now, along with Lila Wallace. Margarita Lenolo, Alex Mills, Sir Henry Punches, Kim Malmquist, Kate Deely, Anvo Hu, G. Wen, Donna Nigby Taxis now crossing the finish line. And we got a big group with Acing Autism sweatshirts as well crossing the finish line. Kathy Roach crossing the finish line. Here comes Thomas Gilkey, Saul Beaumont, Mark and Rebecca Kirstenbaum, along with Edgar Rodriguez. With Amanda Bernard crossing the finish line. And the two youngsters that just crossed the finish line are Kendall and Layla Flutie of the Flutie family. Brett Flutie also crossing the finish line. Jackson Zennis, Lisa Wood, Danielle Zennis. Gail Richmond, Phil Berman, Paul Mena. And here come Greg Carey and Ryan Taylor crossing the finish line. Along with Margie Wallenstock crossing the finish line. And that's Carolyn Giorgio crossing the finish line. Carrie Ann Ruffin crossing the finish line. And that's Owen Sutcliffe right there in the blue hat crossing the finish line. Nancy and Andrew Bloom crossing the finish line, along with Triette and G. Vo Hu. Christine Orenberger crossing the finish line, along with Ellen Orenberger. Patricia D'Agostino crossing the finish line. And here comes the Bohu duo crossing the finish line of Triad and G. And there's Nancy and Andrew Bloom crossing the finish line, along with Brendan and Lily Green. That's Emily Bailey, along with Lee McKenna, Elizabeth Knight, Michelle Treasel, Diana Dorsey, Mary Cullinan, Ron Tron, Melissa Campbell, Ron Tron, Rom Doe, Ty Cornwall, Dylan Barrett, Jonathan Van, Kevin Guillen, Tyson Doe, Sophia Daly, and Dylan Barrett crossing the finish line just now. Speedster with an emphatic finish right there. Along with Emily Lucas, Kevin Clark, Gabriel Tucker, Nina and Brooklyn Wen, Catherine Doran, Gina Chalmers, crossing the finish line, along with Rich Allen, Mackenzie Goldberg, Callie Goldberg, along with Cassie Lemke, Alan Day, Lauren Clearwater, Jennifer Keene, Lucas Austin, Shane Pauline and Kelsey McKellen, Julianne Kennedy, Emma Riley, Shane Pauline and Kelsey McClellan. West Bridgewater, Massachusetts family. Along with Aaron and Ellen Lynch, Katie Torino, Marina and Devin Johncuss, Shane O'Brien, we got Jenny and Lori Flutie now crossing the finish line. Isaiah and Robert Smith, Yana and Patty Osmecki, John Murray, Michelle and Sean Lawrence, Matt Cox, Maura Middleton,
Okay, just lay down. Just lay. Okay.
station by the finish line. If we could get a medic over there. If there's any medics in the house tonight, we would kindly appreciate your assistance. As someone just took a fall at the finish line, we hope they're okay. And Rory Flutie just crossed the finish line. Along with Nicholas and Nikki Kaczynski. Ted Tyler crossing the finish line. Gene and Ashley St. George crossing the finish line. Ted Tyler crossing the finish line. Michelle Girardi crossing the finish line. Heiko Christopher Kaida, along with Christine Bain, Darcy Polsinelli, Michael Como, Susan Van Dyke, Carol Brown, Rick and Jane Hayes, Tasha and Ryan Fortier, Mark and Kevin Leary, as well as Linda Leary, Day Lee, Jonathan Lee, Junior Parent, Jamel O'Neill, Mitchell Bronson, Jacob Black, Miller, Emily and Tracy Bianco, Maureen Griffin, Alex Zabrowski, Rob and Zach Dangle, Colleen Benson, Kareen Nowakam, Rose Poland crossing the finish line, along with Craig Simmons.
You're almost there! Woo!
Patricia Miles. Bethany Edwards Corsetti crossing the finish line, along with Patricia Miles, Kelly Ladeau, Matthew Giorgio, Jennifer and Jackson Davis, Daniel and Christopher Wild, Nicholas Rosenbaum, William Mentor, Catherine Murphy, Robert Burns, Mark Settis, Julia Ryan, Tom Rafferty, Michael Ryan, Megan Bergay, Ben Bergay, Bethany Helmer, Tiny Bouet, Shayna Mentor, Lou Wen, Sydney Dion, Maggie Walsh, Aaron O'Halloran, Gemma Prescott, Juliana Grossman, Patty McVeigh, Amelia Prescott, Julie Jin, Rachel Burtwell, Maria Maximo, Andrew McNair, Kaylin Lantosha, Karen Wagler, Lamb Baker, Matthew Bowen, Joseph and Joe Zennis, Andy Dosdall, Emily Carr, Christopher Ray, Lauren Kelly, Lauren Bina, Julia Pina, Marie DiMartino, Thomas and Karen Ross Hyman. Get some energy in here. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make some noise for our DJs over here. We got Donna Monty, Thomas and Stacy Henlin, Melissa Reagan, James Boardman, Teresa and Gatilio Senya, Emmanuel Alfred, along with Ulrich Alfred, Georgina Martin, Betsy and David Di Lorenzo, Jonathan Worcester, Alexandra Mayer, Deborah Tiggy, Rick Woods, Cynthia Kebrew, Jacqueline Chow, James Boardman, Melissa Regan, Stacy and Thomas Henley, Donna and Monty, Christine Jones, Crystal Adams, Alam rather, sorry, Cheryl Dosdall, Rudy Craig and Elisa Klochek, Marina Trinidad Dabadi, Hoa and He Wen, along with Sha Wen, Julia Yuong, Juan Mateo, Zanea Mateo, along with Jim Cavalier, Jack Goldberg, Noam Katz, Irene Margolin Katz, Brennan Summers, Paul Daly Jr., Kieran Summers, Susan Pace, Michael Pace, Barry Miller, David Miller, Jeffrey Goldberg, Paul Daly Jr., along with Kendall Wilson, Becky Provost, Barbara Leclerc, Kelly Miller, Becky Provost, Noah Provost, Kendall Wilson, Jess Wilson, Amy Weinstock, Sarah Knoyle, Matt Wilson, Genevaldo and Margaret Lope. Here comes Michael and Michelle Cannon, along with Juliet and Peter Roberts, Kelly Kelly Ward, Lisa Peterson, Raymond Regat, Christine Jack, Patricia White, Chucky Jack, Alana Soto, Jen DeFritas, Devin Kamisha, and Eddie Williams crossing the finish line, along with Morgan Sweeney, Christina Wall, Galen Suarez. Alex Gonzalez, Julia Corso, Bennett Corso, Ashley Drake, Michael DeSantis, Liza Barrett, David Flashen, Christopher Nelson, Daniel Cronin, Daniel Wilkinson, Hannah Wen, Michael and Leah Wilkinson, Charlie Wilkinson, Kyle Spiak, Mark Morris, Madeline Philibot, Elizabeth Lane Moore, Shane Dawsell, Amanda Dolan, Madison Collette, Kyla Tuckerman, Alex Tuckerman, Helene Paredes, Yaeli Dolan, Matt Campbell, Emma Bryant, Diego Nunez, Kelly and Katie Coleman, Susan Coleman, Pat Coleman, Joe Donovan, Adam May, Teresa Jackson, Karen and Colleen and Riley and Kelly Fergus, along with Ronan and Rachel Fergus. Raya and Raj Shah crossing the finish line, along with Shashi and Nirmal James. James McFarland, Michael Diamond, Jason and Kelly Barbola, DJ Flashton, along with Deborah Flashton, Charlotte McNamara, Bobby Peterson, Dale Smith, Una Smith, Felix Jordan, Osbon Alphin, Barbara and Elizabeth Spinney, along with Julia Appleby, Bruce and Kayla McCarrier crossing the finish line, along with Brittany and Baz Van Alphen. Jack Drew, Ahmed Noor, we got the whole purple crew of Tessa's team crossing the finish line. Along with David E. Rosenwig, we got Team Needs Cancer crossing the finish line, along with Dale Smith, Una Smith, Christine Domestico, Jessica Workman, Margaret O'Neill, William Troiano.
Oh, Katie went across!
is crossing as well. Timothy Troiano, Kristen Troiano. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Miriam Frame. Along with Catherine Boyle, Carol Lowen, Stephen Snow, Ellie Snow crossing the finish line. Along with Jack Drew, Carol Lowen, Gail DeVere, Mary Kay Moranak, Catherine Boyle, let's jump. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got John Spinney, we got Michael Garb, we got Alyssa Shank, along with Lauren Morrell, Sarah Markowitz, Sheena Harper, Michael Diaz, Yusuf Torabai, Jerome John, Lisa Harris, Tyler Morse, Luke Arvidsson, Samantha Harris, racers and spectators, make some noise for our DJ tonight. I said tonight, this morning rather. He'll be back over there in 15 minutes at the post-race function. Jackson and Sandra Baird crossing the finish line as well, along with Frank Bohan, Eden and Jeff King, Jennifer Spencer, Peter Karen, Ben and Kenneth Federa, Nathaniel Kilbride, James Richmond, Joe Fulheim, Julie Marshall, Ann Braga, Jim and Kim New, Austin Braga, Aiden King, Ahmed Hassan, Peter Karen, Thomas and Kenny Nixon, Scott and Emily, as well as Paul Towler, Mark and Jenny Corsino crossing the finish line. I love the double go walkers and go runners sign down there. I've seen some incredible signs this morning as well. We got the Inclusive Fitness Race Team crossing the finish line. Some other individual runners, including Jeff and Karen Garb,
Come on, Space! Come on,
Isabel Buchanan, Ian Bazinet, Janice Appleby also crossing the finish line. Michaela Concialdi crossing the finish line, along with Jade Cribben. Grayson Concialdi as well crossing the finish line, along with Alexis Wargy. Tron crossing the finish line right now. We got Owen, Jeffrey, and Courtney Ortiz crossing the finish line as well. Yeah. Owen Cribben along with Frank Paulo crossing the finish line. White crossing the finish line, along with Amy Dew, Alex Dow, Harry White, Jerry Dow.